After a full year on YouTube, I can confidently say this journey has been full of surprises. From my first kind of awkward video to navigating tough comments, there's been highs and lows and rewards as well. I've learned a ton and I'm going to share that with you today. When I first started my YouTube channel, I had no clue what to expect. But a year later, I've learned that the reality of creating health content on YouTube is way different than what I imagined. In today's video, I'm going to dive into the lessons I've learned, the wins, the losses, the challenges I've faced, and how rewarding it can be in the end. So if you're curious what it's really like to create content on YouTube, stick around. I'm sharing everything I wish I knew when I started. First of all, this is not a how-to video. Instead, I just wanted to share my personal journey as a registered dietitian and health professional out on YouTube and share some of the key lessons that I've learned after doing this for over a year. So let's jump to the first lesson. You really have no clue when you first start out. And I'm pretty sure that every YouTuber out there says that their first few videos were terrible, and I would have to agree. Honestly, if I go back and watch my early videos, it's kind of cringy because I just had no clue what I was doing. The cooking videos were really pretty basic, and the nutrition videos were filmed down in my office, and they were super close, and I was kind of robotic and awkward. It takes time to get comfortable in front of the camera, and I am absolutely still working on that, but I can definitely say I've gotten a lot better. Everything takes way longer than you think. The actual setup takes longer than filming sometimes. I film my videos in my home, and if it's a cooking video, cleaning up my kitchen, I have 3 boys, so I'm wiping fingerprints off my fridge. I'm cleaning up school papers that are stacked up, getting all that set up, and then setting up the lighting, the camera, the background, plus all the food, and that takes time. And on the back end, sometimes editing can be a drag, and it can take a lot of time, especially if I've refilmed something 4 times because I thought I could do it better, and then I have to rewatch myself say the same thing 4 times over and decide which one is best. Don't do that. Film once, go for it, make the cut, because what I'm learning is that people just want to see your natural self, not some overly edited video. And to add to this, watching yourself over and over in the editing process is strange, weird, and kind of awkward. Consistency is truly key. Honestly, I didn't have any expectations when we first started. I had no idea if a video would take off, as they say, or not. But one thing we did discover pretty quickly is that consistency is so key. Some videos get traction, some don't, but showing up again and again every week helps build that momentum, especially when you're a small channel. Even when you're not getting millions of views, it's still helping you connect with your audience and build that trust, and that's key. And those small wins are what help keep me going. It's not easy, even though it kind of looks easy, right? You scroll over YouTube, there's a ton of videos out there. Sure, just film yourself and pop it onto YouTube. It's not easy. It is a lot of work, from idea to script to all the research that goes into it. It takes a lot of time. So finding that balance of putting all the effort into YouTube along with running my private practice, and doing all the mom things and family things and all that stuff, it's been a challenge. Being overly cautious or trying to please everyone is honestly just boring. Looking back at my videos, I realized that I've been a little too careful and almost neurotic about making sure that I had every single piece of research covered, and also trying not to ruffle any feathers. But here's the thing, that's actually not really me. I'm naturally pretty outspoken and probably a little more passionate than I've let on. So moving forward, I'm going to be a little less diplomatic and more authentic to me, sticking to the facts, of course, because that's definitely me, but also taking a stronger stance on what I believe in. So look for that coming soon. And honestly, that feels really good. For example, my last video, I was so focused on being careful and not stepping on toes that I just really missed the mark. The video was about what's the best diet. And the truth is, the best diet isn't a diet at all. It's about finding what works for you. None of my clients are on diets per se, and that's a message that I'm really proud to share. So expect more of this honesty and less playing it safe from here on out. One thing I've learned on YouTube is how much misinformation is out there. It drives me nuts, especially from influencers who push trendy health advice that's not based on any facts. It is so frustrating because I know how easily people can get swept up in a trend. But as a registered dietitian, my job is to give you the real research-backed information, even if it means going against the grain. I'd rather share the truth, even if it's not the popular opinion, because your health, my health, all of our health really deserves it. The highs are high. We've had a small handful of videos get a little bit of traction. Nothing compared to the massive channels out there, but for us, 14,000 views is like really awesome. My video for foods on sleep took off last January, and the subscribers were rolling in and the watch hours. And man, that felt so great. Like, yes, we are actually doing this. People are watching, people are learning. Hopefully people are improving their health with this info in my recipes. And then the views start to slow down and the reality sets in that growth really doesn't happen in a straight line. And I know this because I tell my clients this all the time. Health doesn't happen in a straight line, but the same is true for YouTube. There were definitely moments when I've thought, is this worth it? Especially when you're trying to write a script and get it filmed and get it out that same week, and you've got work to do, clients to attend to, basketball games for your kids, all the things happening at once. But what I've also learned is that the lows don't last forever. Keeping consistent is going to get you where you want to be. While the highs are high, this also means the lows can be low. Negative, mean, and downright hateful comments are tough. I don't care who you are. And I've had my share, and while it stings, I am working really, really hard, just ask my husband, on not letting these get to me. There were a few comments about my seed oils video that really got under my skin. And I had to uninstall the YouTube app from my phone because I couldn't see the stuff that was rolling in, but I had to remind myself, I know that my research is solid. I know I've done the work to put factual information out there. And I know my fellow dietitians are with me on this, and other big YouTubers are saying the same message that I am, specifically about seed oils. Big YouTubers like Lee Norton or Renaissance Periodization or even Abby Sharp, they're all trying to calm the crazy with me on the seed oil hate. And to be honest, I'll never understand why people feel the need to leave mean comments. Like, I would never do that. I might disagree with some content that's out there, but I would just never leave a rude comment. So I won't understand it. I don't think I ever will, but I'm focusing on the positive feedback, which I absolutely love, and the messages that tell me that this content is making a difference in your life and your health. I'm still figuring out my sweet spot, but I love blending my passions for food, for cooking, and research. Cooking is honestly so fulfilling for me and fun. I get to share these recipes that I come up with that are nourishing, healthful, and also delicious. But I also love diving deep into the research side of nutrition and sharing facts that can help you make more informed decisions about your health and help you just feel better in general. And it's this balance that excites me, and I just honestly can't wait to bring more of it to the channel. Now it's time for a Q&A with the Mr. Thrive Nutrition RDN, the one who does the heavy lifting for all video editing, who's my favorite person and also my husband. Okay, Devin, you're up. All right, here we go. Q&A time with Mr. Thrive Nutrition RDN. All right, so hit me with your questions.
All right, so here are questions that were sent in, some from family, some from viewers, and maybe one or two from me. So let's get right into it. Okay, first question. What has been your favorite video to film and why?
Okay, very easy. My favorite video to film, and I actually said this is actually fun while we were filming it, was the McDonald's breakfast comparison video. It was fun to be a little more loose. We didn't really have a script. We got to take our kids to McDonald's for the first time ever, and so that was fun and funny. And all my reactions to the price of an Egg McMuffin, from the price to the time it took to actually get the Egg McMuffin, were just natural. And so I thought that was really fun. And then I knew my homemade one was going to taste way better. So it was just fun in general. And we kind of did it as a family, which was unique for us.
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely strange going to McDonald's for the first time as a family. That was definitely felt a little out of place. Also, I drive 99% of the time, so sitting in the passenger
Oh,
seat
yeah.
while she was driving and listening to her kind of talk through this video was
That was funny.
it was definitely interesting for us. So yeah, I'd say that was probably one of my favorite ones to film so far too. Okay, on to the next question. What's been the hardest part of running a YouTube channel while trying to juggle being a full-time practicing dietitian and a mom?
Okay. That's a mouthful. The um what's the hardest part? The hardest part is trying to do it all. I think so many times moms are trying to have it all, as they say, and you can't. Like something has to give. The scale is always tipped a little bit one way or the other, and being okay with that is the hardest part. So, for example, our kids are sitting right there and one's reading a book and the other two are playing chess and we're filming this and it's the evening and we fit it in and that's the hardest part, kind of juggling it with the rest of life because we do have 3 kids who are super busy. I just got off of a client appointment. Like doing all these different things is tough, but it's also really rewarding.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun to watch you juggle the
Struggle.
myriad of things.
Struggle, I think.
Okay, next question. Why do we not show our kids' faces in the videos?
Okay. Do you want to answer or you want me
Now, your mom, go ahead.
to? Okay. We have never shown our kids' faces on our social media stuff. Well, we've never like personally put a ton out there. Now that we have our own businesses, Thrive Nutrition RDN, Lost in Woodcrafts, we do more social media stuff, but that's just our personal preference. I don't see any benefit to putting them out there. Do I think they would be funny? Absolutely. They're 3 very different personality little boys and they would kind of be a riot and they're a riot at home, but I don't want them right now on social media. And Devin is still in the military and having sat through a brief military spouse brief 1 million years ago, actually like 20 years ago, about be careful what you put on social media because your military family and all the things that come with that. That was just for me, it was like, okay, like there's not a benefit to us. So
Yeah, I agree. At this point, we just haven't really seen a benefit to it. I'm sure the grandparents would love to see their grandkids
we send them pictures. They're
more.
fine.
They get plenty of pictures.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll keep an open mind. Who knows what the future holds? But as
Yeah.
of right now, we just
We
haven't
don't.
seen a benefit to it.
You'll see their little cutie hands or the back of their heads, and that's it for now.
All right, next question. How do you balance work, life, kids, and making content all at the same time?
Okay. So this ties to the other question. There is no balance. The scale is tipped one way or the other. The biggest thing that has helped me is we have our weekly little business meeting and he helps me do time blocking. If you guys have heard of that, it is super effective. Our Google Calendar looks insane, but almost every hour is dedicated to something, whether it's YouTube editing or research or scripting or client appointments or recipe testing. That's my favorite thing. So there's dedicated time to all these things that's happening, and that's what keeps me sane, I guess.
And do you manage to squeeze in any workout time in all
Oh,
of this? I
sure.
know you preach it heavily to your clients that it's
I
important
do.
they get
Yeah.
exercise time.
Yeah. So finding that balance, yes, our runs and our weightlifting are on our calendar. And we do like to work out together. Maybe it's because of years spent apart due to the military. So probably this past year, we've sort of started working out together, which has been fun. We just went on a 5 mile run today because tomorrow it's going to snow. So, but Monday, I did not squeeze in a workout. Could I have gotten up at 4:30 and done a workout? Yeah, but it didn't happen. So finding that balance. But for me, exercise is the mental release. That's my mental health kind of stress release. So that's really important to me. And I really try to make it a priority.
All right, next question.
Okay, I'm trying to peek.
Have you learned anything new about nutrition since you started this channel?
I have. Definitely. I mean, I'm a dietitian, so I have this base knowledge, but there is always so much more to learn. And that's what's been really fun for me is I love the research and diving into the research. Like for the seed oils video, which, ruffled so many feathers. I went into it going, okay, there's these two different perspectives, but what does the research say? So I try to go into it without preconceived notions and let the research show me what the truth is. And so that was interesting on that one. The video we did on glyphosate, which was a request from a viewer, that was eye-opening to me, just pesticides and the organic side of things. So that was, I knew a little bit, but I dove deeper into the research and that was fun.
Yeah, I'd say from my perspective, it's definitely been interesting watching you kind of dive into the research more than when you were just doing your dietitian practice. Um, because from the outside looking in, it seems like you're just doing equations and numbers and helping people from that
We
regard. So
do a
it's been
lot of that.
interesting to see you dive into the research as well.
Well, what have you learned from editing all my videos?
I've learned that as much as I love you, it is very difficult to hear you say the same thing 100 times during editing.
That kind of hurts me a little bit. No, it's very hard to hear me say the same thing a million times.
I'd say, but
But
aside,
what's fun is now he gets to hear himself. And so it makes me a little bit happy.
yeah, I'd say aside from that, the thing I've probably learned the most is that there is no one kind of cookie cutter solution to everything. People try to blame their diet issues on a single problem, and really, it's a group of
Yeah,
collective decisions over time. It's not one day or one week.
for sure.
It's just staying consistent and eating a wide balance of food. Okay, next question, and I think this is our last question.
Okay.
What are your goals for this coming year with the channel and your business?
Okay, goals for the channel is to grow the channel, and to be more authentically myself. Like I talked about earlier in this video, I was so neurotic about making sure I had all the research and kind of being a little bit conservative in sharing maybe my point of view, but my personality naturally is definitely more outspoken. So I want to push myself further into being more natural and being more natural in front of the camera. Like this feels really natural right now.
Maybe for you.
I know. I feel your uncomfortableness and it's making me really happy. Okay, so the goal for the channel is to grow the channel because I really love doing the recipes. I love doing the nutrition research and combining those two to put positive nutrition information out there, sifting through the myths and the BS that's out there, because I really want to help people better their health through good nutrition. And then as far as my business, so I own Thrive Nutrition RDN, which is my private practice, making it more of my own, which means I'm about to do a big healthy cooking demo and nutrition talk for a large group. And so I love talking to groups and showing how healthy food can and should be delicious. So I want to do more of those things and expand in that way. So that's what's on my mind for the future.
All right. Well, that's all the questions.
Okay.
So I don't have anything else.
Okay.
I am going to work on getting her to loosen up on these videos, though.
I feel very loose right now. Maybe it's because he feels very awkward.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks for watching. That's the end of the Q&A. Let's wrap this up. Looking back on this year of YouTube, I am grateful for the journey so far, even the tough parts. It's been fun. It's been challenging and absolutely rewarding to hear your stories, your comments, and your experiences, especially cooking my recipes. And I really can't express how grateful I am to connect with so many of you out there. I'm really excited for what's to come, though. I have new, fresh ideas, and I can't wait to share them with you. So I hope you'll join me on this next chapter. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what's the one thing you would love to see more of on our channel. I would love to hear your thoughts. And so I will see you in the next video. Until then, eat well, be well, thrive.